Zach Wilson I've raised his ceiling.
To above Mahomes.
Yes. Yes. I've raised Zach Wilson's ceiling.
What's the ceiling at?
Peak Mahomes now. Because current Mahomes is not his ceiling. Peak Mahomes is his new ceiling.
Multiple Super Bowl titles.
Yes.
He don't believe that shit.
No, he doesn't believe it.
I believe it.
No,
No,
you
you
don't.
don't.
Welcome back to Nanodosing. What's up? It's October. It's Rocktober. It's October 3rd. It's Tuesday. And we have a very, very special guest on today's Nanodosing. Live in studio, the return of Billy Football.
I didn't really leave. It's nice to be around you guys, though.
Well, the return of the live show.
Of the live. How are you guys doing?
Doing great, Billy. Thank you for asking. It's good to see you in person.
It's good to see you guys. You guys are all looking well.
We're all well. I'd say we're well. Is
Yeah.
anybody here unwell?
What about whelmed?
I'm pretty whelmed right now. All right, we're back. The boys are back. Billy is in studio. Arian's here. Big T's here. Mad Dog's here. McKinsey's here. And we're ready to go. Happy October, guys.
Where's this rank on your months?
It might be my one now. July used to be my one, but I'm becoming more of an autumn guy. I'm becoming more of an autumn guy in my old age. You know, like the heat hits you a little bit harder.
Can't take the heat.
Can't take the heat.
Stay out of the kitchen.
Although this was a great Chicago summers are beautiful, so I've really enjoyed it here. And the winters are going to suck big donkey dicks, so I'm a little bit worried about that. But October's going to be a good month.
Now, fun fact: Oktoberfest isn't really in October.
I know.
People forget that.
I know. It's in September, right?
Yeah,
I want to go to Oktoberfest at one point.
like in Germany.
Yeah. It looks like a lot of fun.
Let's do this October.
I'm down.
Yeah, next Oktoberfest.
Let's do this one.
Well,
It's
You
past.
weren't listening, were you?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Oktoberfest isn't in October.
It's over.
Oh shit. No, I wasn't, dude.
It's got so many great things. You've got the fake cocaine that people do off the tables.
Yeah.
That's like vitamins and caffeine or what?
I think it's like nicotine snuff,
And they just do lines of it. But you always see people
Out in the
banging
open.
lines at Oktoberfest.
and it's like,
yeah.
what the hell is going on?
They've got the buxom waitresses
Yeah,
who are very good at their jobs. They're
Yes.
very good at their jobs. That's what I admire about them. I like a woman with a skill.
St. Pauli girl is a good example.
Yeah,
what we're talking about.
They stack up. How many do they get in each hand?
I
Like,
saw
I
a
mean-
TikTok the other day of a girl who had 13 total.
that's crazy.
I mean, think of the upper body strength that it takes to carry all that liquid
yeah, that's like
in
a
that position.
That's a woman you would marry back in the 1400s because she could carry a plow.
She could churn butter.
Yeah,
A nice winch.
nice, a buxom winch. Yeah, and the beer's delicious. I think that might be my favorite seasonal type of beer is Oktoberfest beers.
Heavy.
Very good, very good. So yeah, I'd be down to go back there, or to go there for the first time. I haven't actually ever been to Germany, but I would make an exception for Oktoberfest. I would do it. So yeah, it's October now. Vibes are high. Billy is here, fresh off a Jets Sunday night moral victory against the Chiefs.
Yeah, huge moral victory. The best loss you could have.
Best loss.
I mean,
ever.
think about it. Everyone knew and thought they were going to lose. Did anyone think they were going to lose like that?
Zach Wilson outplayed Patrick Mahomes
Zach Wilson I've raised his ceiling.
to above Mahomes.
Yes. Yes. I've raised Zach Wilson's ceiling.
What's the ceiling at?
Peak Mahomes now. Because current Mahomes is not his ceiling. Peak Mahomes is his new ceiling.
Multiple Super Bowl titles.
Yes. Peak Mahomes. I mean,
You're insane.
this season,
You don't believe
Aaron
that
Rodgers goes out.
No, he doesn't believe it.
I believe it.
No, you
No, you
don't.
don't.
Did you see him play last night?
Yeah, he
No.
played better. He played like the best possible version of Zach Wilson.
I think that's just the beginning. He can do better. I
You
mean,
don't
think
think-
about it. Think about it. He got in against the Bills and coming off the bench, he was decent.
No, he wasn't.
He was decent,
Peyton Manning was begging the Jets to not throw another pass in the second half.
but he was decent.
I don't think
Like
he was
he
decent.
didn't lose in the game.
Okay, he
Yeah.
did not actively lose in the game.
He plays against the best pass rush in the NFL, Cowboys week 2. And,
Mm-hmm.
with that in front of him as his first real start, he, did better than the Giants, did better than the Patriots against the Cowboys. Not as well as the Cardinals, but that was almost a fluke. Then you go against Belichick week 3. Belichick has, the kryptonite of the Jets. He plays. Belichick knows that as long as he beats the Jets, he will always have a job. But we know that the Patriots are trash. So he just threw the whole kitchen sink at the Jets that game in a very cold weather game.
You just argued against yourself. It was if the Patriots are trash and they made Zach Wilson look like trash,
right.
Does that make Zach Wilson?
But like, for example, they get up for the
also,
Jets.
Real quick, can somebody, Big T, can you just look up real quick what the weather was like in that game? Because Billy said it was what was
Oh, it was
the exact
trash
term?
weather. It was
cold as hell. Is that what you said?
No, what I mean was it was wet, cold, rainy. It was bad. I don't know if it was exactly cold. I don't know why we're holding me to that. It was bad weather.
I don't know why we're holding me to the shit that I say.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying,
cold.
it was a bad weather game.
Wait, when was this game?
It was week 3.
Yeah, so it was last
And it was cold?
Sunday.
Yeah. It was a rainy day. It was like
I didn't watch. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, it was like
Sound right.
I don't know why we're it was bad weather. Everyone knows that. I'm sorry I didn't get the exact bad weather on point, but
Okay.
And then they played decently against the Super Bowl reigning champions.
It was 65 degrees.
Super cold.
Yeah, but it
Cold
was
weather
wet.
game.
It was like it wasn't good weather for
Wind chill
football.
brought it down to about 61.
Some say that rain is football weather.
Yeah, but it's
those
not,
of us that played say that.
it's not weather to like throw the football.
That's true.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a low scoring, sloppy game. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I
don't
said
watch.
cold.
Arian, what do you think about domes? Do you agree with the take that there should be domes on every stadium, or do you like it better when it's out in the
No,
elements?
hell no.
Well,
Again, Billy. I don't understand. Every time he asks me a question, you answer that shit's crazy.
no, but you're on record.
It's
You're on
pretty
record for
consistent.
saying you love dome.
But I think all them cold weather stadiums they can have that shit. Like I'm not Green Bay, all that shit. I'm not okay with like super duper cold weather football. Like that's not my bag. So I would be cool with them. Like Minnesota, you do your thing. Chicago, dome, like all that shit. But like, there's nothing better than like playing outside when it's nice weather.
Yeah.
Great.
Do you like snow games?
I never played in one.
You never play in the snow.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that would make sense in the division you were in. But I love watching snow football.
Yeah, I played in like a super cold game in when I was in Tennessee. We played against Kentucky. That shit was freezing. We did like 4 overtimes. But other than that, it was raining a little bit, but it was super cold.
Yeah.
Other than
Every
that, I
game
ain't
at
no snow
Kentucky
games.
is somehow always like 19 degrees.
How is that? You figure out what the hell's going on up there.
Well, we always play them late, but like it's always the coldest day of the year when we play there.
So I think we did mention it at one point on this show, but at least myself, Big T, and Arian are going to be in Knoxville, Tennessee on the 13th and 14th.
I don't think I'm going to be there.
You're
Y'all
not
will.
going? I thought you were going.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Unless somebody wants to pay for it.
I might pay for you to go down there. You want to go see A&M?
You don't. I was just there this weekend, so I used my one trip of the year.
You only get one?
It's hard to get down there these days, you know.
I hear you. Well, tell you what, I'll consider Big T because that would be a fun weekend for us to go down. But Arian's going to be there for like an alumni get together. I got a pup punk concert on Friday night, the 13th, at the Bojangles. In the Bojangles parking lot. And as funny as that sounds, the one in Columbia, South Carolina was awesome.
Which is a far inferior city, so this will be much better.
I feel like in terms of the connections that I have in Knoxville and like the amount of times that we've discussed Tennessee football as opposed to talked about the South Carolina Gamecocks, I think that we have a bigger fan base for sure in Knoxville.
Absolutely.
So come on out. Arian said that he would get on stage and sing a song with us. So that's cool.
Definitely did not say that.
That's what I heard. That's a word on the street.
I'll get on
come out and
stage
see
and
us.
stand there drunk while I watch y'all perform. That'd be fun.
All right, but back to Billy's delusional brain. You do not actually believe that Zach Wilson's ceiling is Patrick Mahomes' ceiling.
Well, I mean, last night he outplayed Mahomes.
And Mahomes played one of his worst games ever.
So there's definitely some intersection on the bell curve of them.
There is an intersection, yeah. Mahomes, like, he's always throwing a lot of interceptable balls, and now people are starting to catch him.
Correcting to the mean.
Yeah. But I do think, Billy, you don't actually believe that Zach Wilson's...
I mean, he did a Mahomes play, but Conklin dropped it, and, he almost threw like 2 extra touchdown passes.
See, this is Zach Wilson's performance last night was like the worst thing that you could hope for, because they're ready to move on. They're ready to get somebody else in there to take over, and they're like, "Okay, Zach, this is your last chance. You got to show us something."
What do we think about the Broncos?
Well, they're not good.
Right. So that's the first bad team that he gets to play. Think about it.
Okay,
It's the first bad team he gets to play.
the Patriots are bad.
Well, Belichick throws the kitchen sink at the Jets every time. So they're good only against the Jets.
Okay.
You're making that up.
I'm serious. He like every year he like
Making it
spy gates. He has people in the building. You know, for some reason Belichick has the Jets number every year, and that's the only reason he's going to maintain, you know, being the head coach.
It's a
Definitely
Nathaniel
made that up.
Hackett revenge game.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna be fired up for it.
He's gonna. I mean,
Billy, but
I
seriously,
predicted that by week. I knew, like, once we knew Aaron Rodgers was out, I looked at the schedule. You know, Cowboys, we didn't know they were that good. I mean, they did blow out the Giants, but, you know, they had the best pass rush in football. Now they're against the Patriots. I knew that Belichick was going to have Zach Wilson's number. And then it was like, this is the game he's either going to break out or not, and we're going to pass on. And boom, he, you know, showed some light.
yeah, but that's
So now
it's bad.
he's
It's
made
bad,
it through
though.
because the
Now he
first
bought
4
himself
games,
another like 4
The
weeks.
Chiefs aren't
as a
that
starter.
good. I watched them twice. I think the Chiefs aren't really that good, though.
I might agree
I
with
think
you,
they'll-
Arian.
I think they'll make the playoffs, but I don't think they'll get past. the
But
first round.
speaking of the Chiefs, I think I've stoked the flames of conspiracy a little too hard on the Chiefs and Taylor Swift in the NFL, because it's, you know, I threw some comedic fiction out there kind of, and it's blowing up pretty big.
What's your fiction, Billy? Tell me about it.
Well,
You went bye-bye.
I said that the bad reffing at the end of the game was the NFL couldn't let the Chiefs lose because it would jeopardize their relationship with Taylor Swift, which has been great cross marketing and very synergistic for Taylor Swift to be involved in the NFL. And if the Chiefs had lose with how much Taylor Swift was being thrown on the screen, it was going to turn the Chiefs fans sour on Taylor Swift and be like, get rid of Taylor Swift. She's the reason why they lost.
I think it would have turned Taylor Swift sorry on the Chiefs. I think that she would have like been like, "This who's this Patrick Mahomes guy? He sucks."
Yeah, well, did you see the picture of Brittany Mahomes? Like, they cut to Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes like for a second after Patrick Mahomes' second interception, and it was her, like, Brittany Mahomes, like, whispering to Taylor Swift, and, like, of course she was probably saying he doesn't usually play like this.
Yeah,
but
they should be mic'd up.
yeah,
NFL should mic up Taylor Swift and Brittany
Hell
Mahomes for every
no,
game.
okay. Hell no.
for an
okay.
alternate
What?
cast, Swifty cast.
It is weird seeing
I
like
get
all the.
I get it from marketing, but it's just the shit's
Yeah,
shit. What it's gonna turn into a gossip column page, dog. Like, fuck out of here.
we counted it. There was 14 when we stopped counting Taylor Swift comments, references, or when they flashed to her on the screen by the mid fourth quarter.
I'm sick of it, but I would be very curious to see if they did an alternate broadcast on Peacock or whatever, if the game was on NBC, of the main camera, the whole screen is just Taylor Swift, and then in the corner they show the game in a tiny little, picture-in-picture. I'd be fascinated to know what the viewership would be for that.
If they're mic'd up, I think it's serious.
It would
Not
be,
even mic'd up, just looking at
I
it.
think.
Oh.
I think it would be like half the size of the regular audience. I think it would be that big.
At least.
It depends on if Blake Lively's mic'd up too.
Blake Lively, we need more of her.
Tell me about
I
it.
just respect her work so very,
Yes.
very much.
Gossip Girl.
Yeah, Gossip Girl, you said it. Arian, I got some news for you though. The NFL kind of is like tabloid celebrity gossip for guys.
No, I would not say it. Well, I mean, there's an aspect of that, but that's due to the media and always needing clicks. There's an
Yeah.
aspect to it, but this will just take it over the edge.
Yeah, it's like it is soap opera for dudes because you know everything about the guys. You learn all their ins and outs of their personal lives. You know all the storylines, the bad
See, that's
blood, the rivalries.
The personal life stuff is when it gets weird. Like, I understand knowing like injuries and like shit like that, but I don't know. I'm more of a purist though, so like I don't pay attention to that shit.
You're just all about the ball.
It never interests me. OJ
Yeah.
Simpson was a great running back.
He was
2,000 yards.
in a 14-game season, right?
crazy.
So, Arian,
Heisman winner.
I want to get your perspective on this. I think that Christian McCaffrey should be the MVP right now.
Haven't been watching enough to make that determination, but I've seen that he's playing really well. So I mean, it's not out of conversation.
Yeah,
LeBron's tweeting at him.
LeBron's tweeting at him.
That's
He's got the
indicative.
LeBron stamp. But it's definitely a quarterback award, and it has been for a while. But his season that he's having right now is so good that I think you have to think about it. I would vote for him.
He's making Brock Purdy look so damn
Brock
good.
Purdy's good though. Brock Purdy is now actually good. He's a good football player.
Do you think
It's time
Brock
to admit
Purdy?
it.
Do you think Brock Purdy has better in the way that Arian defined Aaron Rodgers as better than Tom Brady? Do you think that Zach Wilson is worse than Brock Purdy
Yeah, Zach Wilson is
in
definitely
the same,
yeah.
but in the way that Arian thinks Aaron Rodgers is better
Yes.
than Tom Brady?
You
In
think-
every way.
You think that because Zach Wilson can like roll out to his left and throw a ball 60 yards to his right, that he's a better quarterback?
I think
than
he has
Brock
way
Purdy?
better physical tools himself than Brock Purdy.
I don't.
I think that he can make better plays. I think Brock Purdy's in a way
then
better situation.
why doesn't he?
He did. Last night he did.
Billy.
In one of the 40 games he's played?
Well, look, they're finally in a good situation.
Oh,
Look,
Billy.
he's finally matured. What did he say when he was at the end of the game when, he had a fumble? It was his last touch of the ball. And he was like, even though everyone's like, Zach Wilson played the best he has, he was like, I lost the game for this team. And then Greg Zerlian was like, no, I did.
What's his name?
Greg the leg.
Greg Zerlian. I like that. All right, let's go around the room real quick. You want to do the Tennessee Minute? Let's do the Tennessee Minute. Big T.
Great team win this week, 41-20 over South Carolina. Neyland was electric. It was awesome. Spencer Rattler threw a pick six to arguably the worst defensive back in America. That was awesome. I think we're a solid, good football team. We're not as great as we were last year, but we're good.
Okay.
We're good. A&M in 2 weeks is biggest game of the year.
Bigger than Alabama?
Yeah, because if we win that, get to 5-1 going into Alabama, you've got everything you want in front of you.
It makes the Alabama game bigger, though. If you win
Yes,
this game,
but
Alabama's bigger.
if you lose on the road at Bama, you're still 5-2. That's fine.
Yeah.
But beat A&M, and you're in a good spot going forward.
Yeah, that Florida loss is going to sting for a while.
Yeah, they suck. But we knew they sucked, and I told you all that. They were going to play their best game of the year. They did. We played terribly, and we lost.
Yeah.
But that's fine because we're good. We're good.
Vibes are good in Knoxville right now?
Very good.
What'd you get into?
The huge.
Orchards?
Any
Oh,
local
yeah.
haunts?
Huh?
Local haunts?
Haunts.
You go into
Places.
like of your old, the mainstays that you used to go to.
No, not really. Just I had to. I guess this can transition into teed off. The airline industry, which has been teed off before, it was $1,000 to fly to Knoxville
What?
this weekend,
That's crazy.
and $250 to fly to Chattanooga. So I stayed in Chattanooga, and just went up Saturday morning and back after the game. with
How
a
far is
friend of
that?
mine.
Like 3 hours?
Hour and a half.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not bad until the game ends at 11, and then you get off campus at 12,
Yeah.
and then you get home at 1:30, and then I had a 7 a.m. flight back here.
So you're upset at capitalism.
In a way.
That's
Or-
what it
I mean,
sounds like to me.
I made it work.
Mhm.
Well, who's not allowing there to be more flights from Chicago to Knoxville?
Mayor Pete.
I want to know where he's at. I haven't heard a peep out of him since he became the Secretary
Yeah.
of Transportation, and this shit has gone downhill dramatically.
I don't. Do you really think like 4 years ago air travel was awesome and then everyone
It was
loved
better.
I don't think that's the case.
I
It was
almost
better.
didn't have a seat on my flight this morning.
What happened?
I don't know. Like in the same, like I was half asleep because it was like 5 a.m. But I got there and they said, get your seat assignment at the gate. And I go up and they're like, hey, can I have my seat assignment? And they're like, oh, wait 1 second. They let everyone board. And then they go, these are the 3 people without seats. And these are the volunteers. I didn't really understand what was happening, but like, were they just about to not give me a seat if they like didn't
That
have
happens
volunteers?
That could happen, yeah.
Sometimes they overbook flights and then you just don't have a seat.
They're like 4 people have yet to show up. And if one of them does, one of you doesn't get a seat. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
What is this Hunger Games?
Oh,
That
I watched
industry.
I watched this video the other day that was fascinating because he's like some mathematician or some shit, like some scientist. and he was upset about how long it took for him to get on the plane, and so he like ran like a bunch of simulations on what would be the most efficient way to board. Like, and so boarding by group is like, he was like, it's very inefficient. And so how you would, the most efficient way would be not randomly, it would be strategic, but it'd be very like spotty. So like you would board by outside in, rather than just group. And so, but it wouldn't be like back to front. It would be like you would board like the first person in line would go all the way to the back. The second person in line would go maybe like 4 or 5 rows up. Then the third person would go like like front of the plane. You know what I'm saying? It would be very like spread out. But like he was like, you would save hour easy, maybe not hour, like 30 minutes or something like that. He ran a simulation. It was actually fascinating how he did it.
Because when you have the same areas boarding at the same time, there's a lot of like get up, make the person in the middle seat get up.
Exactly.
Everyone's fighting for the overhead storage space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
they should.
His thing was outside in and not back to front, like spotted, so that like, because another thing that they don't ever take into account is like baggage, like putting the baggage in and then moving in and out. And you're right, moving the middle person in, going in, that just takes forever.
You mentioned the overhead. If you even get overhead space now, I mean, you're rich.
You're living large.
Yeah.
Yeah. I flew on Saturday night. I was flying back to Chicago, and it is a battle. It is an absolute battle because I had guitars with me. So I was like trying to figure out where to put those because you don't want to check those. The pressure is all different. If you put them down below, sometimes you can like fuck with the wood, fuck with the neck on it. So I was fighting for overhead storage space. Fortunately, I got lucky and I got on the plane early enough. I was in the exit row, not to brag, but I am like, I think 16-0 right now in terms of sitting in an exit row, and the plane being just fine and no injuries whatsoever as the exit row safety captain.
I've got that beat by a lot.
Oh yeah, you probably always sit exit row
most of the time.
I got exit row. That was the only reason I wasn't as pissed.
My buddy Pat the Beeve, Kate's baby daddy, he was flying with me, and he was like 3 rows ahead of me, and I didn't realize it, but he was filming me when they were giving the safety presentation on the plane, and they have to say to the exit row, they give you a little speech, and then you say yes. And I was like listening intently, and I was like, yes, absolutely, I got this. And then I turned to the lady next to me. I was like, we got this in case everything happens. And she looked at me like I was a freak, and then just went back to her phone.
That's super odd, bro.
Yeah, but I'm just letting people know I'm prepared. I can get people off that plane. You got to be ready.
I'm not helping. Sorry.
You're just jumping out.
I'm out.
Save yourself.
Well, I mean, yeah, we wouldn't. You save it like y'all would really save people.
Well, so what you're supposed to do in exit row, you just have to know how to open the exit door, and then you push that out, and then you're supposed to get out. So you don't have to wait for anybody. In fact, it's like this most selfish place to sit on a plane because you're the first one to get out.
You're the first one to go down the slide.
Yeah.
I thought you had to like sit there and like help people like what the shit. I'm like, why would I do that? That makes no sense.
It's in coach. You'll never have to worry about it.
Arian, if you were on the Titanic, would you be one of the first people to take a lifeboat?
No.
Women and children?
Yeah, I'd let that slide.
What's the cutoff for children?
Well,
size?
Well,
for males, 12.
No, actually, you know how like invading armies used to do it in the ancient times, like decide like which guys were military age men. It was if they had armpit hair, that would get you killed.
Oh, so
mothers would shave their son's armpit hair.
Let me see those pits before you get on this lifeboat, boy.
Yeah,
we got some stubble.
Yeah,
back of the line. You're a man now. Yeah, I think 12.
I wouldn't be on that shit anyway. So,
don't get on a ship. You'll never have to worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was such an awkward part of the Titanic when was it Billy Zane was like trying to get on the lifeboat the entire time. Come on, gentlemen. And then trying to bribe the guy that's about to die.
Yeah, and then the guy just. I just remember this one guy tried to jump on the lifeboat and like he just got shot. And I was like, "Whoa, there's guns on this boat?"
Yeah. Oh yeah, there are lots of guns on the Titanic.
That'd be cool to find a gun on the Titanic that was like deep underwater, but it was like an illegal gun.
Yeah, you should get on a sub and go check it out.
Yeah, that'd be a really good idea.
How much longer do you think we have until the sub tourism industry goes back to Titanic. Because I feel like now it's like you can almost charge more money for it now. Because it's like it's thrill seeking.
Honestly, I trust the cartel to run that sub business more than these billionaire dudes.
Cartel's got great subs.
Yeah, great subs. I think the cartel's probably got, I wouldn't say that. Probably out of any non-country, the best sub program.
The best
probably
Navy?
better sub program than most countries, like of the mean.
Yeah, the Juarez cartel
Yeah.
has the strongest navy of any non-country. For sure. There's got to be some company out there that's like, you know what? We should actually restart the Titanic sub business.
Once they have metal subs, I think they'll go back to it because that other sub looked like a piece of plastic.
It's carbon fiber, yeah.
Yeah, if they just made it look more metal, I think everyone would be a lot more on board with it.
Fresh coat of paint.
Yeah.
I think it's back.
You think it's back already? I don't think so.
I think people are starting to forget.
What?
Yeah, well,
Forget what?
I don't know. I don't think
watched
people are starting to forget about it. There's just like other stuff that
There's
we
other
move on
stuff.
to.
It's the news cycle.
But
Yeah,
nobody's going out of their way to now book a sub excursion to the Titanic.
Right.
That's true.
But
It's just not in the news anymore.
if you marketed it as like the most dangerous adventure ride in the
Oh.
world,
So do you just kind of reverse the marketing to like this is a danger-seeking adventure rather than like
Yeah.
the safest thing you could do?
yeah, not for pussies.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Monster.
Yeah.
No, Red Bull would definitely do that shit.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Red Bull's too like mainstream nowadays. Like it's almost like a health drink.
Yeah, but
What?
What are you talking about?
So-
But
man?
I only drink
What?
Body Armor.
yeah, I had an invention the other day of a soda for dogs because dogs only drink water all the time. Like, they must get bored of that shit, right? Like they never get to drink fruit juice or anything cool.
I don't know about soda, but I was in a dog bakery fairly recently, and they had beer for dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alcoholic?
No, I don't think so. It was like, but it was I wish I knew what it's called. It was a great like dog pun, but I was in Nashville with my parents and we were eating right next to the dog baker and we had the dogs and they were like, let's go get them like a treat.
Mhm.
And it is the most white people store you have ever seen. They have all the toys and then like a bakery where they make cookies and biscuits and all this stuff for dogs. And your dog goes up and they let them choose, like let them sniff which ones they want. And there was dog beer there.
That's crazy.
And it was like $4 a can.
That's cheap
wait,
for beer.
let me guess. Was it called?
No, it's not.
What, when you're buying it from an establishment?
for a dog though. Like,
If you
What is
bought
the
a 12
point
pack
of
of beer and it
buying-
was $48, you would say that's cheap?
No, because that's different. If you're like buying one beer in an establishment, $4 is cheap for beer.
Well, those are bigger than 12 ounces and you're paying an upcharge for it being in a place and this was in a can and it's for a dog.
if you were to give me how much does like a domestic bottle cost in Chicago?
yeah, like 5.
So yeah,
Yeah, but again, it's for a dog.
right.
It's for a
And
dog.
there's
Let me
no
get-
alcohol in it.
No. If I'm paying $5 for a beer for my dog, Blake better be getting fucked up.
I
what is
don't
the
even
point?
know what
don't
it
understand,
is.
What do they get out of it? This the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
It's like brewery culture. Your dog's like in the brewery with you.
It's just making people feel better about having a dog as a pet that they don't spend enough time with. That's what I think it is.
Psychological issue.
Big T, was it called India Tail Ale?
I'm looking for it right now. I see Best Buds Brew. These are just the ones. Bowser beer for dogs. Good Boy dog beer. This is a thriving industry.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
There's
So-
8 of these companies.
I was thinking about dog sodas, and what about Red Bull for dogs? Like, get your dog super
Zoomies.
jacked up. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I feel like you need like 3 Chi for dogs.
Yeah, but it'd be so funny to give somebody's dog Red Bull for dogs.
I think-
and then they just go nuts.
Well, why don't we do testosterone replacement therapy for neutered dogs? I've been thinking about this for a long time.
Yeah,
Like TRT for dogs without balls.
your dog has low T right now.
Well, my dog has like the vet, even though my dog runs 4 days a week, 2 miles, 7:30 pace, and only eats 2 cups of food a day, he apparently has a weight issue. And I was trying to tell the vet, my dog must have low T because you recommended to chop his balls off, and that is why he has a weight issue. And she was like, no, it could be his thyroid. I was like, no, we run every day, 4 days a week mostly, and then he's only eating 2 cups of food. So, I mean, like, if I couldn't like fathom giving him less than a cup of food. So
I just think it's very funny that Billy's getting into arguments with a veterinarian using like Joe Rogan science, but applied to his dog.
So the ingredients in the Good Boy IPA lot in the yard are bone. Did y'all pick up on that?
Lot in the yard?
IPA lot in the yard.
Oh, I got it. IPA lot in the yard. That's actually a good name.
Bone-in
Respect.
pork butt, turmeric, basil, mint, fennel, ginger, celery, and filtered water.
Oh, for $4, that's actually
It's not bad.
These are $22 for 4, so these are $7 a can.
Oh,
You
or
could
6.
You could sell that shit at like a bone broth place in Manhattan and sell it for like $12.
I mean,
And humans would drink it.
Then there's the Mailman Malt Liquor, Licker. That has
the
chicken,
twisted
turmeric,
stuff.
ginger, oranges, carrots, basil, cilantro, fennel, and filtered water. Then they also have the Crotch Sniffin' Ale and Tail Chasin' Blonde.
Yeah, we have people starving in this country, and people are dropping $8 for a beer for their dogs that doesn't have booze in it.
I do get it though. Like if you're bringing your dog to like an outdoor bar, and like you don't bring them a bone or like it would be better just to give them like a bowl of that broth than just water.
Yeah, I mean we do love our dogs. I was taking Blake for a walk earlier today, and some of the neighborhood has Halloween decorations up, and there's a skeleton French bulldog that's in somebody's front yard. And we were walking Blake by it, and his hair stood up on his back, and he was terrified. He was like, "There's a dead dog right there." He was so scared. It was actually very
He's
cute.
like,
I loved it.
is that a real skeleton?
Yeah, is that a real skeleton? He's like, "What? Somebody needs to put this dead dog away."
Well, have you ever seen the dogs that are at like a Bass Pro Shop where they have stuffed wolves and they freak the fuck out?
They
when
try
they
to
see
run away.
They're like, holy fuck, dude, there's a goddamn wolf in there.
Do they like wolves?
No, they're scared shitless of them.
Yeah, I would. If I was a dog and I saw a wolf, I would just look at it like a rock star. Like that's my idol. That's what I want to do. Let's just be wild and free. Like the
Wolfing
wolf.
out.
My brother and sister were in Austin recently, and they saw like a wolf dog mixed breed.
Yeah,
And
wolf dogs.
like they walked into this like coffee shop. They were like, "Oh, I think that looks like a wolf." And then they asked the owner, and she was like, "Yeah, it's a wolf like mixed breed." And I was like, It looked exactly like a wolf. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Mackenzie, who was it that went to Austin?
It was my brother and sister.
Okay. I'm not going to go there. Never mind. I'll just say it. There was a porn store in Austin, and a lady that owned a wolf was working. Did your brother and sister go to a porn store
No,
together?
it was like a coffee shop, I think.
Well, maybe
Okay.
the porn store
But she
person
wasn't,
was
like,
at the coffee
owner.
shop.
She was just in there, like waiting in line.
Oh, okay.
Could be
Well,
the same
that was
person.
the porn store owner that they saw in there.
She needs coffee?
Yeah.
That's actually like you just walking to a porn store and there's a goddamn wolf.
There's a wolf in there.
You're
Yeah.
it's the horny, scared thing.
So I know it seems horny that I know the lady from the porn store, but the reason why I went into the porn store was because it was in my neighborhood and I was walking by and I saw a fucking wolf inside. So I walked in to like see the dog.
So funny.
Yeah.
What's that bit about the guy who gets caught during sex and he's so scared but he's horny? It's such a mix of emotions in his brain that he can't decide whether to run or stay.
Yeah, you got to finish.
That's when you see when you run into a wolf in the porn store.
Yeah.
Do you run or stay?
It's really a test of like how much you want this porn.
Wolf dogs though, I was like, wolf dogs you can't leave alone, or they will destroy your house and like kill anything in it.
Yeah, they go nuts. They need a
Yeah.
pack.
That's why. I've never heard of one. Yeah. It's like there's like certain rules for wolf dogs that like you can't leave them alone.
Mhm.
You can't. What the?
Yeah, Billy, welcome to the studio. We have a toilet that flushes and you can hear the water. That's somebody's shit that you hear right now.
Yeah. Well, if you didn't see, New York City like was underwater.
Yeah.
So leaking noises get me on a little on edge. So
Was your apartment flooded?
No, I mean there was a window that was open to an alley that flooded, but I had to close it and like it was a lot of water.
What's your guy Mayor Adams saying about all this?
I mean,
We need more swagger.
no, but realistically, what was a big problem about it? That number one, the infrastructure was overwhelmed, but two, it was trash night. So all the water pushed all the trash that was on the street into a lot of the sewers, and that's what caused a lot of the blockages.
Okay. Why does New York do that? Why does everyone just throw their garbage on the street there? I lived there for 7 years, and I could never figure out why this city doesn't have alleys with dumpsters. It's just you just put your trash on the street.
Realistically, alleys are expensive land. Like you could have more building there, more rent, whereas opposed to put it on the street. That's money on the table you're leaving.
It's just disgusting. And then so there's some neighborhoods that are trying to put dumpsters in. And then the people, the like longtime residents of New York are like, we weren't consulted about this. Why are you just putting dumpsters in? We have our system that works. No, your system is you just take trash cans and you put them on, or trash bags and you put them on the sidewalk.
Well, it's easier for the trash people too.
That's true.
I mean, the thing is, like New York historically has just had shit on the street since the dawn of time.
Since the dawn of time.
Like since, yeah, exactly. Remember we talked about the horse shit?
Yeah.
Like going from horse shit to nicely packaged black trash bags.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk to someone from like early 1900s, be like, look at how shitty our trash situation. They'd be like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like you guys don't understand how lucky you have it.
Yeah, but I still want to complain about it because it smells bad. It smells very bad. Arian, what'd you get into this weekend?
I have my kids, man. We was just a whole lot of playing, relaxing, swimming, stuff like that. Nothing,
Yeah.
just daddy duty type shit.
Is it still nice down in Houston?
It's starting to get nice, actually. It's starting to feel like not summer, but it's still hot as shit. But it's not as bad. So I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. You see, your guy JJ Watt took out a full page ad in the Houston Chronicle.
I did not. I don't get the Houston Chronicle.
Yeah.
What did it say?
He was thanking. They retired his number. They put him in like the Ring of Honor for the Texans.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so he took it. I think this is his third full page ad that he's taken out in Houston. I think he took one out probably when he was drafted, just letting them know how hard he was going to work. And then I think he probably did one when he left the Texans, and now he did a third one. He might have even done one when he won Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Okay.
This might be his fourth full page
Yeah, I
ad.
think
Full page ad in a newspaper now. What does that cost? $100.
Yeah, probably something like that.
So
No, let's.
No, my guess is in the Houston Chronicle, it's probably like 20,000, 15,000.
you think it's that much?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. I bet it's a lot of money.
If I was really guessing, I would have guessed like $5,000.
Yeah, well, in the Washington Post. So when my dad passed, we put an obituary in there, and we had it run for 5 days, like the entire week, and even that was thousands of dollars. It's crazy how much money they charge for this.
Washington Post
God.
is a much larger paper than the Houston
Houston
Chronicle.
Chronicle
Oh,
is
guys,
still a large market.
I got some serious numbers.
It says
throw
it
at
could be
you.
over. Are you reading what
Yeah.
I'm reading?
No, so the New York Times, a full page ad in the Sunday edition of the New York Times costs $250,000.
Holy shit!
That's a nationwide.
I know.
Most read
It's global, actually. People
I
get
know,
the New
but
York
we're
Times in other countries. Like it's a different.
Yeah, yeah.
classification.
It
Ye-
says it can be like over 100,000 for something like the Houston Chronicle.
yeah.
That's okay. Then that's
So-
outrageous. And if you do that three
No,
times, you're insane.
a full page ad in a large metropolitan newspaper might cost around 10,000. A
That
small
seems
town
more
newspaper
realistic.
might
Sounds more.
cost closer to 1,000. So, well, when we were trying to book that local access TV ad in Waukesha, Wisconsin, all those years ago, for Part of My Take, that was about like $1 or $2 grand.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
I think the more interesting thing is that Arian was not invited to the Ring of Honor ceremony for JJ Watt. It sounds like makes you
I
think.
just be chilling. I just be chilling and golfing, man.
Was
Maybe they email me. I don't know.
was it in your safety deposit box? No, what's it called? Your mailbox that you don't
Have you
check.
checked the mail?
Have you checked that mailbox yet?
I
Since
have not checked the mail, but I don't know. Anything that isn't a package, I just throw away anyway, or a letter. I just
You
kinda
did get
throw
back
away
on
anyway.
Twitter though. You got access to that line of communication.
Yeah. Out of nowhere, it just popped in my head. My password just popped in my head. So.
Yeah, did you watch Ryder Cup, Arian?
Oh yeah, it's good golf, man. But
What do you think?
you asked if they asked what
Yeah. Early
Yeah,
too.
spanked. Yep,
That
it
was
early.
over before it started.
Put him on it early. I don't agree with the Justin Thomas move.
Yeah.
I don't think
you don't think he
even though
didn't really
even though he
deserve it
played
this
well.
year.
Yeah, I don't think I think that was just like on a strength, but they were better golfers this year. Yeah, they didn't play well.
That dude
but my
Victor
guy-
Hovland is nasty though.
Yeah, he nice. John Rahm balled out. Scotty Scheffler played well. Brooks didn't play as well as I thought he was going to play. But I was listening to some while I was scrolling. I don't know how true this is, but the foreplay pod dudes, they was talking about how the guys didn't play like. There's some guys that didn't play like weeks before. They didn't play in any tournaments weeks before the Ryder Cup. That's
Yeah.
kind of wild. That's,
Yeah, they took
that's,
like some time off. Golf is definitely the thing where you can't take time off and then come
you gotta
back the
stay on
same.
it. It's hard, man. At that level, anyway, you could take some time off as a regular golfer. But yeah,
Yeah,
tough,
because
man.
you've got everything so finely tuned that you have to keep practicing it, or else the muscle memory just starts to fade away a little bit. And
I think it's just getting in the rhythm, and then that rhythm is different, man.
yeah, I thought Brooks did okay. He wasn't the worst. He wasn't the reason why we lost.
No,
Scotty,
definitely not.
dude, didn't Scotty lose like 9-7 on the last day? He started crying.
No, he tied with John Rahm. Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, I
He
thought
tied with
Scotty.
John Rahm.
I thought Scotty had a bad loss in there. I might be wrong about that. Max Homa looked really good though.
He
Max Homa was
balled
the man.
out, dog. He had some crazy chip ins, dog. I want to double check that because I thought Scotty Scheffler tied with John Rahm.
Anytime I watch the Ryder Cup, if it's in Europe, I gain a lot of respect for European sports fans because they have their shit together when it comes to chants, when it comes to singing, when it comes to just like getting rowdy and dressing up in funny characters. Like when they opened up the gate to let people sprint in and like find their spots at the Ryder Cup for the spectators, there was like one dude wearing a Wario outfit, like running through a bunch of dudes dressed up as cows. Like they just like to put on a costume and go party. In America, you don't get a lot of that. You just get a lot of people that are like trying to fight.
I saw a quote and it had to do with Jokic was talking about, someone was booing him and Jokic was like, "I play in Serbia, brother."
Yeah.
And then there was a quote that said, "Europeans are fans, Americans are customers," and that made a lot of sense
Yeah.
because like we go to games to consume.
We go to games to spend a lot of money and then get drunk and get into a fight.
They go to games to literally like burn the place down.
Yeah, they bring flares in.
Yeah.
They like light the stadium on fire partially. Yeah, no, I respect European sports fans, especially at the Ryder Cup. And it was it was almost like creepy how before somebody would tee off, they would all be chanting and singing and screaming things. And then the second that the golfer would step up to the tee, it was dead silent and nobody said anything until he hit the ball. And then they would like boo or cheer depending on where the ball went. Like they've got their shit together as European sports fans. I respect them. This is iron sharpens iron. I hope in I guess it's gonna be 2 years at Bethpage. I hope we can put on a showing like they did. Get some real Long Island weirdos out there.
Really quickly, JJ Watt paid $15K for that.
Oh, that's not that much.
Yeah.
That's not much at all.
How have we gone an hour and not talked about Tupac?
Let's get into it. They found or they arrested somebody in the connection with the murder of Tupac Shakur in Las Vegas. And the guy that they arrested, he wrote a memoir in which he confessed to being in the car the night that Tupac was shot. He's discussed it on documentaries that he was the only surviving person to this day that was in the car when Tupac was shot. And then surprise, surprise, they arrested him.
Yeah, so I saw that. How has this guy, has he been like questioned and stuff before? Like, how does that happen?
So at the time, I think that they questioned people around him, but nobody wanted to snitch. Even people that like were with Tupac that night, they didn't want to say anything about what happened. So the cops allegedly didn't have a lot of information to go on. And also this was kind of like a flashpoint where it was like Tupac's death, Biggie's death right after each other. And there was a big magnifying glass on whether cops were treating the murders of black celebrities differently than they treated the murders of white celebrities. And for whatever reason, because they were in gangs, like thinking, oh, maybe they had it coming, not investigating that as hard and as diligently as they would for like if a white singer was shot. Like if Steven Tyler from Aerosmith was shot and killed in Las Vegas, do you think that they would have waited, how many years is it now? 25 years?
It's 96, so 27.
27 years to arrest him? No, probably not. There's probably some validity to that point. But also, it wasn't easy to get information because they were dealing with like actual known gang members that didn't want to talk to the police.
Now, wait, he was in the car that Tupac was in?
No.
He was in the shooter's car.
Yes.
Okay.
But everybody else that was in that car with him is now dead.
Oh.
Orlando
Yeah.
Brown was the shooter. We knew
Is that what they're saying?
No, we already knew who killed Tupac. He got him. The streets got him a while back.
So you're
Everybody-
saying it's not this guy?
Wait, so you're saying this guy is
No,
taking
he
the
didn't
fall?
kill him. He was probably just driving. I think he was a driver. He was in the car. He didn't kill him. No.
And if you drive a car,
Just type in Orlando Brown.
if you're driving a car during a murder that's committed, then you can also be charged with murder, or at least accessory
Yeah,
murder.
one of my homeboys I went to high school with he got out. Maybe like 10 years ago. He got out, and he was in prison since we was in high school because he didn't shoot nobody, but he was a part of it. Like he was in a car. Crazy.
Yeah.
Did you know? Have you heard the Najee Harris story about Tupac?
No.
So Najee Harris said this was only like a year or two ago that he told this story, or that it got out anyway. When he was being recruited, Jim Mora was the head coach at UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
And Najee Harris claims that Jim Mora told him who shot Tupac. Jim Mora at the time was coaching Diddy's son at UCLA. And this guy who they arrested has apparently always said that Diddy is the guy who ordered the hit on Tupac. So Jim Mora may have actually known this whole time who shot Tupac.
And Jim Mora kept his mouth shut?
Well, he was telling recruits
That's crazy.
to get him to go to UCLA.
That's great. Well, he probably was. That's probably why Diddy showed up and tried to hit him with a kettlebell that one time.
Well,
That
but
that
he went
could
after
be.
his strength
Keep your
coach.
mouth shut.
Crazy story. The same high school that Diddy's son played at, the starting quarterback is Ice Spice's brother.
That is crazy.
It's a local New York high school, so I was like, what the fuck?
That's wild. But yeah, they got a guy for the murder of Tupac. So
Oh,
I don't know if he's
Orlando
gonna.
Anderson. That's what Orlando Anderson is.
That's the dude that shot him.
I was like,
they say.
Orlando
That's what
Brown was a
everybody-
NFL tackle, wasn't he?
There's probably 50
I was
niggas
like,
named Orlando Brown.
the guy from That's So Raven. Yeah. Then there's Orlando Bloom.
Yeah. So the guy that shot Tupac, I think it's his uncle who just got arrested.
Yeah, they was all in the game. So Pac. That's what I was always mad at Pac for, man. Like you running around doing silly shit, man.
Wait,
Pac, my
and
favorite artist of all time.
Yeah, he was never like a gang member until he got out to L.A.
Yeah, he was affiliated. He was the son of a Panther. His mom was a Panther, and he grew up around like that's why we're so socially and politically aware. That's what made him who he was. And then he got to L.A. and he like got around like Suge Knight and Suge influenced. I feel like Suge is from my outside perspective, obviously, but I feel like Suge influenced that shit, and it's sexy. The streets, it's sexy, especially when you are somebody like Pac, who they gonna take care of you. But I mean, he was in Vegas. I don't know if y'all know what happened, but he was in Vegas and he got into it with some dudes, and he's just fighting in the lobby like, "Bro, you Tupac, man, have somebody else fight them niggas." Like, and then they got mad. If it wasn't Pac, he probably wouldn't even got shot. But it was Pac, so it was like it's different.
Wasn't it after a Mike Tyson fight?
It was they
Vegas?
were there for a fight. Yeah,
Now, quick question: was from what I was reading, wasn't Suge Knight the guy who was beating up the dude at ATM, and then they were trying to shoot Suge Knight, and they accidentally got Pac? Or am I mistaken?
Pac punched. I think it was Orlando Anderson. It's on camera. Like you could. The MGM Grand released a video for it, so Pac, you can see Pac fighting. He was like squabbling with dude. I think it was Orlando Anderson, and then they luckily they just happened to come upon Pac in them's car, and they got him.
Damn.
It is crazy that it took so long to arrest somebody for it, though. 25 years, 26 years.
So they just rolled up on him on the stoplight, and it was like, oh my god, it's them,
Flamingo and Koval.
Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah. Yeah. Before we get back to more nanodosing, today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Macrodosing is sponsored by BetterHelp. Do you ever feel like your brain's getting in its own way? Like you know what you should do, what's good for you, but you just can't do it? Therapy helps you figure out what's holding you back so you can work for yourself instead of against yourself. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Make your brain your friend with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/dose today. Get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/dose. All right, Billy, give us a little rundown. Like, what's new in your life? What's going on? We haven't been around you that much recently, so I want to know what you're getting into.
I did a Tough Mudder on Saturday,
Okay.
and I think we should all do one together.
Didn't you used to hate Tough Mudders and people that did Tough Mudders?
No, I never said that.
Okay.
I don't think I ever said that. It was sick. We should all do it. It's like an obstacle course, but it's like 5 to 15K kilometers. So it's really like at one point, you know, you got to like climb over like a giant. It's hard to describe, but it's like a lot of obstacles.
Did you do it with
a lot
your
of
dog?
running. No, but that I had an idea that there should be a Tough Mudder to do with your dog.
Mm-hmm.
That would be pretty cool.
Get his tee up.
Yeah. But it was awesome. And like at the end, you have to like swim under a bunch of ice water, which literally like freezes the hell out of you, and you like almost go into hypothermia. And then you have to run through a bunch of electric tasers, and you just get tased. And then you come out and you finish, and you're like, oh my God, this is insane. And they hand you a beer, and it's like, what the hell? It's like the craziest 30-minute. It's the craziest like 10-minute turnaround you could ever experience.
Was this an actual Tough Mudder?
Yeah.
Where they tase you?
They tase you. I got like I saw people running through it fine, but then I ran through it and I literally got zapped, and it made my whole body go limp. I think they turned it up. I don't know how other people ran through that without just getting absolutely zapped, but I got literally.
Did they think you were like a trespasser?
No, you get tased, and it just makes you absolutely collapse. I think it's not a race. It's like a team building thing. So like you have to, like some obstacles you need to help other people. So like you have to form like human ladders and stuff. And I think we should all do one together.
Does the winner get anything?
No, the winner gets the gratitude of knowing that you help the most people. Like
You're all winners.
yeah,
Okay.
but you feel sick doing it.
Swim through ice water. You like that?
Yeah, or like, you know, you have to like literally jump down into mud pits and like climb your way out. It's pretty awesome.
I've been doing a lot of research into ice baths. And cold plunges.
Yes.
So I'm thinking about getting one at my house.
So we should
Talk to me about the health benefits. I want pure bro science from Billy. Like, give me a knowledge dump on the benefits of sticking your water in freezing cold water.
You know, the thing is, there's a lot of like, I've been actually trying to build my own ice plunge recently, trying to figure out if I can do it a little proprietary using like an aquarium cooler, which is a little cheaper, and then using like a ice bucket.
Your own proprietary blend of water and ice?
Yeah. Well, because the thing is,
are there any other ingredients in there?
No, there's like water coolers you can make, like water coolers for other things that you could use to build your own ice plunge. There's a company that maybe should sponsor us to talk about how awesome ice plunges are, Icy Pod. And, you know, I have an extra bathtub. I'm just thinking put an ice plunge in there because I don't fucking take baths. I don't have time for that, but I have time for an ice plunge. So just put an ice plunge in there. Dude, ice plunges are sick.
So tell me, again, unload the bro science on me. What are the health benefits?
The cold raises your T and it reduces inflammation, and you should do it before you work out, not after. Because if you do it after, it actually prevents your muscles from getting the blood flow they need. Whereas if you do it before, it spikes your system, gets you going, gets your epinephrine up, which is like natural like drugs.
Okay,
Get your natural drugs up.
If I have it, what if I do an ice plunge in the morning and I don't work out?
That's perfect.
Is it just like it wakes your body up, shocks your system?
I take a cold shower every morning.
Okay. How can I install an ice plunge outside at my house if it's going to be like super cold in Chicago? What's the best way to do that?
Well, you probably want to get like a cattle tub.
Okay.
That's probably the cheapest because it's going to be, and just have a cover on it. It's going to be frozen every morning, but you probably just need like a hammer, break it up, and hop in.
Okay.
That's how a lot of people do it. It actually be perfect.
And how long do you spend in an ice bath?
In college, I used to spend 10 minutes,
Okay.
but it wasn't that cold. You could do 3 minutes if it's way colder.
Okay. What I love to do is there was this place in New York that was this like old school Russian Turkish
Yeah.
bath place. And so you go back and forth from the steam room and then you just jump in the cold plunge, then back to the steam room and your skin starts to tingle. Just feels good, but it's also like a little bit painful.
Yeah.
You start your day off with just like a little bit of pain that you have to get through.
It's one of those things where, like, if you do stuff that is shitty, it makes everything else easier.
Yeah, start your day off by getting slapped in the face.
Yeah.
And then the rest of your day is great.
It also is, like, really good for your mental health, and it boosts your immunity.
Okay. Arian, you used to get in cold plunges, I would imagine, like after practices, right?
Yeah, all the time.
But I've never heard of doing it before you work out.
That's the new science.
Some guys did it. I did it just like as a jolt. It does feel good. I don't know that the science was there at the time. The closest thing to that we had was when you alternate. I forget what it's called. You do like 2 minutes hot, 2 minutes cold, and you do like 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Guys would do that before games. But after it was always ice.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get a cold plunge. I think I'm going to pull the trigger. Yeah,
It
Mad
feels
Dog?
really good.
Could you do cold plunge? I know you have a sauna. Cold plunge workout sauna.
That's the best
That's the best
progression.
combo?
That's what you're supposed to do.
Why do you do a sauna after the workout?
Because it supposedly helps you lower your core body temperature,
Is
which
that true?
yes, it sounds crazy. It sounds
It does.
this
It
is like
sounds
one of those
crazy.
things in physics that doesn't make sense. Like something that's hot is actually expelling energy, heat energy. So your body senses it's warm, so it tries to cool you down. So it drops your internal temperature because your external temperature is hot. Whereas if you get in the cold tub, your external temperature is cold, so your internal temperature heats up.
I'm gonna choose to believe what Billy just said. I don't know if it's true, but I'm gonna believe it. Big T, please don't make me not believe what Billy just said.
It's not true, but your internal temperature rises far less than your external temperature, but it does rise by 1 to 2 degrees Celsius.
Okay, got it. All right. So comparatively, it doesn't.
But
rise
it's
as much.
trying to cool your internal temperature. Your body's trying to cool your
Okay.
internal.
I just always subscribe to the mindset that if you sweat, it's just good for you.
Yeah.
Like sweating is very good for you because it gets rid of some of the stuff that you don't need. I don't know if that's true or not. But I look
Yes.
at it as like when somebody says like sweat out all the toxins.
Yeah.
And nobody ever really knows what the word toxins means. Usually that's like my big red flag when somebody's peddling junk science, when I can tell that they're full of shit, is if they start talking about toxins and they just use the word toxins a lot. Because if you don't define it and you just say like, oh, all the bad stuff comes out of your body. But when it comes to sweating, I kind of believe that when your body is working that hard, that it's doing something good on the inside.
Did you ever see those?
Not always good though.
What's that?
Not always good though. Like, I guess it's good in general, but like you get really dehydrated if you sweat a lot and you don't replace it like with electrolytes, salt, magnesium, potassium, those kind of things that rehydrate you, like not just water. And you lose that when you sweat.
Yeah. And then your dog likes to give you kisses when you're sweaty. That's cool too.
It's fucking nasty.
I let my dog kiss me on my face.
Of course
I'm
you
not
do.
ashamed
White.
to
Of course
admit.
you do.
That's not a white thing. Is
That's
that a white
absolutely a white thing.
Is it a white thing?
I'm sure there are
Sorry.
some outliers out there,
Relatively
but
white.
white folks be letting dogs kiss them in the mouth. That shit's so gross. Why the fuck do y'all do that,
Well,
man?
dog saliva is like
Oh, fuck
special.
out of here. He licks his asshole, B. What are
No.
you talking about?
Dog saliva is special.
dog saliva
Shit nasty. as fuck.
benefits.
All right. I think there's a spectrum of
So-
whiteness, and I would say that letting your dog kiss you on the mouth it's fairly far along that spectrum, but it's not far.
7.2.
It's not as far as buying a $12 dog beer for your pup.
I got some,
Yeah,
some
that might
dog
be
saliva
that might be
facts.
farther on the spectrum. You right?
Yeah, that's so white that it's almost clear.
Certain proteins in dog saliva called histatins can defend against infection.
That's
And
what's up. So
research
kiss
has shown
your dog in the mouth every
Yeah.
single day and lick his tongue. Fuck it.
there are other beneficial chemicals. Evidence
Yeah.
suggests that wounds licked by dogs heal twice as fast as wounds that were not licked.
Yeah, so if you got a cut, let your dog lick it. If you know what I'm saying, fuck brushing your teeth. Just let your dog lick your whole mouth, and it'll be clean because it's cleaner. Dogs' mouths are cleaner than toothpaste.
This definitely sounds like probably a white scientist.
What website is this on?
That really loves his dog and went out of his way
PetMD.com.
to do some research to prove that it's actually totally normal and cool to let your dog lick you.
And on PubMed, National Library of Medicine, there's a whole paper on it. So,
I would listen. I let my dog kiss me on my face. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry about
On
that
your
at all.
face or on your mouth?
He can kiss me on my lips. Yeah.
See, I think that's one. I would let my dogs kiss like my face, but not like in my mouth.
I don't like open my mouth.
But if he's getting your lips,
Why not
like,
though? It's
you
so
may as well.
it's so refreshing and it's so clean. Just open your mouth.
Don't tempt me with a good time, Arian.
Do that shit. After he kisses you on the lips, just lick your lips. Taste what he tastes.
I mean, I definitely probably get some of the dog saliva in my mouth eventually.
Love that for you because it's healthy.
Yeah, because it's very healthy. Yes,
It's good for you.
I'm
So
gonna live
good.
to be 100.
Yeah.
doing cold plunges.
Doing cold plunges.
Let your dog
make out with me.
yeah, make
I
out with
mean-
your dog in a cold plunge. Absolutely.
The thing is, and I hate to be, but like all this like health trend stuff, if Joe Rogan drops dead,
Mhm.
everyone's gonna be like,
Yo,
what the fuck?
Are you killing Joe Rogan right now?
No, but like
what are you
he's the
talking
canary.
about, man?
He's the canary in the coal mine. Like he's doing all this health stuff. He's like taking TRT, doing all this stuff. If he like croaks, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my god!" Like everything's a lie.
No, the people who listen to Joe Rogan will think that. Which is
No, but the guys,
the rest of us will
the
be
pro
like,
scientists.
that sucks that Joe Rogan died.
What about that guy that you want us to have on this podcast so bad?
Yeah.
That's trying to reverse age. What if he drops dead?
He wants to live forever.
Yeah, but
There-
what if he drops dead?
If he drops dead, then no one cares because he like was doing like really out
Crazy
there
shit.
shit. Like replacing. He has his 17-year-old son who he calls his blood boy that gives him blood transfusions every day. I know it sounds crazy. It's crazy.
That guy should go to jail.
No,
You should.
he was the founder of I think Squarespace. But
Be careful with who you're slandering right now.
wait,
Billy's just casually
That seems untrue.
saying like a $1 billion company, their CEO.
yeah, well, he is a billionaire. I've been
Yeah.
chirping him on Twitter because his HRV on his Whoop
You
is
have-
trash.
Yeah.
You have been flirting with him.
Yeah,
I've been
Billy's flirting
chirping
with
him.
Billy's
I say,
flirting him.
no, I'm like, yo, dude, you spend $1 million on your body a year and your HRV is trash. Mine is double. And then he's like, well, HRV is an indicative of health. Well, I was like, oh, sorry to be a troll. Come on, Macrodosing to discuss, please.
Let's find out what company he actually works for, so we can make sure that we're not slandering him.
Well,
It might be Squarespace. Who knows?
let me find him.
Yeah, taking your own son's blood and then getting a transfusion with it every day does seem like it should be illegal. Like that's some. Real
I mean,
creepy
it's just
shit.
consent. Brian Johnson.
How old
It's
is
not-
his
it's
son?
not consent when it's your 17-year-old son, is it?
He's
Let
17.
me- so he's 45 years old and he's been trying to. So do you know about telomeres?
No, how old is his son?
His son's a teenager.
Yeah, if his son's below 18, then yeah, it should be illegal. But if not, if you just want to give your daddy blood every day, do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, let me find this exactly. Brian Johnson, yeah, so his telomeres, his biological age was like 60 and he was 45, and now he's done so much stuff to his body that his biological age is like 25.
So what are telomeres? And explain to me why they're not junk science.
Well, this telomeres are real science. I'm probably mispronouncing the word, but from what I can tell, it's something in your DNA that that erodes with time, and someone who lives a healthier lifestyle has better intact telomeres than someone who lives a terrible lifestyle. So
It's indicative of how long you will typically live to be.
yeah, let's see if he was the Squarespace CEO.
Because it sounds like some Epstein shit.
Yeah, it does.
Like satanic blood bank stuff.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell was Taylor Swift drinking in the box last night?
I thought it was cranberry juice. Is Taylor Swift pregnant?
What?
Why would that offend you, Mad Dog?
Why would
She
you
got
think
mad
she's
as hell.
pregnant? But
She
no,
got
but why
very-
would you think she's pregnant if she's drinking a vodka?
She's drinking juice. We don't know there was vodka in there.
We don't know that there wasn't.
Yeah, true.
Okay,
It was
Brian
pretty red
Johnson.
to me.
He was the CEO of Venmo.
Okay.
Braintree Venmo. Don't know what that means.
All right, but yeah, Mad Dog. What if she's pregnant?
Oh,
How
wow.
blown would your mind be if she was knocked up?
You guys would have to revive me. If
Yeah.
if
Would
Taylor's
you be
if
happy or sad?
I don't think I should have like a happiness or sadness attached to it. It's not my kid, but if Taylor Swift showed up pregnant after meeting Travis Kelce like 3 times, I definitely would be shocked.
Could explain the suddenness of all this.
It could. That's what I'm
She's
saying.
hanging
I
out
would-
with the mom.
Yep.
I would definitely be shocked. I don't know if happy or sad would be words I would associate with myself. I feel like I'm not the person that needs to have those kinds of feelings towards it.
Yeah, but you would be shocked by it.
Shocked would be the word, yes.
Why? I mean, she's what, a 37-year-old woman.
33.
Her biological clock's probably ticking. Right?
Okay.
She wanted to date a tall guy, get those genes.
Are you saying she's using Travis Kelce as a sperm bank?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying she's trying
Good
to
person to choose.
trying to get knocked up.
No. I don't think she is. I think she's said she's wanted children, but I don't think this is the time for her. But again, it's not my circus, not my monkeys.
If Taylor Swift got pregnant, there would be so many girls across the country that would want to get pregnant.
It would cause a baby boom.
There would be a baby boom. Yeah.
Yeah. This is
Tay
the whole
Bay.
NFL Taylor Swift cross marketing. There's also like a U.S. Census Bureau part of this.
Oh,
that
the
they're
government's in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're like, no one's having kids
Well,
anymore.
Pfizer also.
She's bringing
And that explains the Travis Kelce ads. This
Yes,
could go all the way to the
look,
top.
I like am tempted. I'm tempted. I like stoked a little bit of it last night, like being like, oh, this is a business deal of cross marketing between Taylor Swift and the NFL. You could connect so many dots on this thing and create something that's like even wilder. Just be like, Pfizer ad allows him to then date Taylor Swift because it shows that he's part of the crazy Hollywood
This could actually
apparatus. Boom, baby boom, because they get
go to the
pregnant.
top. More people to get vaccines.
Taylor Swift performs at the Super Bowl, most viewed event ever.
she's
Ads
not
on
performing at the
that.
Super Bowl, though.
But what if she does
What if
after
did,
she
though?
comes
Think
around?
about that.
What if
something happened that isn't happening?
what
Does
if
that change your mind?
No, what if like someone backs out of the Super Bowl performance and then Taylor Swift's like, I'm going anyway, I might as well perform.
I read something about COVID where if you have like people that have had COVID are actually like statistically less fertile. Like it can damage your sperm count if you have COVID. If you get COVID, your sperm is not swimming as well as it was.
What? Shit. So
Has Travis Kelce been on the COVID list before?
I'm sure he has. I feel like most people that like go to work in an environment with 50 other dudes in close parameters have probably had COVID before.
good news, the 45-year-old millionaire tech exec who's trying to age backwards says he won't get any more blood plasma transfusions from his teenage son because there were no benefits detected. So his 17-year-old son,
Shoot
Yeah.
or shoot.
yeah.
You know, you would never know unless he tried. So good for him. Problem solved.
That first conversation, though, like, hey, son, come here really quick. I just got to talk to you about something.
You can say no if you want, but your
Drink.
daddy needs your blood.
If your dad was a billionaire, how much would he have to pay you to give him blood transfusions?
I think it's if your dad's a billionaire, he can just be like, I was about to rewrite the old will. Speaking of that, this is not really related, but I would like some of your blood. Do you want to give me some of your blood?
But like
I
you're
need it in
probably already
writing.
living pretty good anyway.
I need it in writing. Most billionaires, like, super duper, like, they ain't really leaving it to their family. Well, that's just, other probably outliers. Let me take that back. But I mean, I need that shit in writing.
Mm-hmm.
Pops, if you're going to use my shit, I need a car. I need something.
Yeah.
You know what's ridiculous though? Someone like Bill Gates, he's giving away tons of his money, but like he's giving a minuscule amount, like percentage wise, of his wealth to his kids, but it's still so much money that it's like multiple gigantic houses, estates, more than anything anyone could spend, but it's still like a 100th or a thousandth of his wealth.
That really shows you how disgustingly rich he is.
Like, he has enough money to, like, the amount of money you would need to never be able to spend all of it in your lifetime rationally is like, he's got like 100 to 1,000 of those wealths added up.
Do you think billionaires become philanthropists because they have this like overwhelming sense of guilt?
Yes.
And
I think they do it for tax evasions, tax purposes. I think philanthropy is a sham, bro.
Yeah, like
Philanthropy is
when
a
you put your
sham.
family members in charge of charitable foundations, and then
Sham.
you only end up donating like 10% of your foundation's like all the money that comes into it.
It's money washing, it's laundering, it's tax evasion. Shit is a sham, dog.
It's also like a public figure thing. Like, it would look so much worse if you didn't donate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what it's for.
But then again, Bill Gates is so involved with the philanthropy, and now like there's a good chunk of the population that thinks he's trying to like cull the earth.
Yeah, like you. A good chunk.
Yeah.
Good chunk.
It's all based on that one speech that he gave that one time, right?
Well,
Where he was
no,
talking
there-
about like food shortages.
well, there's a new video of him and Trump speaking, and Trump's like, so should we like investigate this vaccine? And he goes, no, absolutely bad idea. You shouldn't do that. Dead end. That's what Bill Gates says to Trump, and they're running with that, and they're going like, see, he's like lying right in front
Hold
of
on,
our eyes.
Trump's starting to backpedal on the vaccine now.
No, he was saying don't investigate it.
Yeah, on 26, like
You're
Like,
saying
way
Trump
back.
or Bill Gates?
there's you show some video that's circulating amongst certain.
Amongst Billy.
But I'm trying to say
who
what- I'm
said
trying to
it?
say.
It's
That's what I'm
Bill
saying. Who-
Gates is in the White House meeting with Trump. Trump goes, so like, is this vaccine good? Like, should we investigate it? Should we have our people look at it? And Bill Gates
That's
goes,
what I'm saying.
no, bad idea. Dead end.
That's what I'm saying. So Trump is starting to backpedal on the vaccine.
No, Bill
No,
Gates.
it just the
that.
video just got released. It was
I
from
think-
2019.
Trump's
I
been
think
I'm
that's
not
what
giving
I
any merit.
understand what you're asking. Bill Gates is the one that said in this video that I don't know what it is, but Billy's saying that Bill Gates is the one that said, no, don't look into it. It's fine.
That's
Trump's
what I'm
been
saying.
dropping some bangers
Trump is
recently.
backpedaling on the vaccine. That's what I'm saying. If this video is true,
The video's from 2019. He didn't release it. It was like Freedom of Information Act. I don't know how they got the clips. It wasn't released by Trump or his people. It was just something that like anti-vax people are like trying to say that Bill Gates is trying to kill everybody because what did he put in the vaccine that he doesn't want Trump to find? That's rabbit hole stuff.
give me the video, man. Where the
Okay,
video?
I'll find you the video.
I'm pulling it up right now. So Trump at the time, because he's got a few tweets from back in the day where he's like hearing another story about a child that was vaccinated and developed autism. Many such cases. You remember that tweet? The many such cases tweet. And so Bill Gates is obviously talking about autism and how that study saying that vaccines and autism were linked was a bunch of bullshit. He's like, it's a dead end. Don't look into that.
Yeah.
That's what
Also,
he's
this is
talking
from
about.
2017, so it has nothing to do with
Yeah.
COVID.
Right.
Okay. It
It's
was
not- it's not
framed.
COVID.
It was framed badly. But
Many
like,
such
for
cases.
example, all I'm trying to say is Bill Gates has done a lot of
It's framed
philanthropy.
badly. You framed it.
I know, but I was framed badly to me. But what I'm trying to say is, like, he did a bunch of philanthropy, and it hasn't helped his image because there's a bunch of crazy people who think that he's.
I
killing people.
actually think that it has helped his image because before he was just like some nerd that nobody cared about, and I think that there are a lot of people that see the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and they're like, that's good. They've done some good work. I think amongst the online circles,
Yeah.
that's probably not as prevalent as it is with people who are not extremely online. But yeah, there's some people that actually think he's the devil right now.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
They
I
have
think
done some good shit though. But I think anytime you dabble in any kind of healthcare, there's
Yeah.
always gonna be skeptical people. But they have done a lot of good work. But I still feel like philanthropy is a sham.
Yeah, it is. It is. People. Yeah, you're probably right. Like tax purposes, develop your own 501c3 foundation. Government
It's a
doesn't get
business.
as much money on it. It's a business. Yeah,
Yeah, it becomes a business, and you employ people that you want to employ. It becomes a business.
yeah. All right. Anything else we want to get into today?
Oh, how is Ocean's calling?
How is Ocean's calling? the music festival. It was awesome. It was really cool. Shout out to Mark from OAR for having us out there. It was a blast. So we get there on Saturday, and it's like 10:30 in the morning doing our sound check, and I'm looking out at where the stage is. It's right on the beach. The ocean is directly to my right. So it was like on the sand at the Ocean City, Maryland. And I was like, holy shit. Like there's a few things that occasionally working here at Barstool, you have like these pinch me moments where you realize like how lucky you are to be doing the crazy stuff that you get to do here. And that was 100% one of the biggest ones for me. Like when there were thousands of people that lined up for an opening act at a giant music festival. Like we were on stage and Incubus was about to go on like 2 hours after us. And then John Mayer was going to perform on the other side. Alanis Morissette had just performed my stage the night before. It was fucking wild. It was really, really cool. And so shout out to Caroline, Nick, Roan, Robbie, and Fake Frankie, Dom. So the guy that played drums for us, fun fact, he was the original drummer for Pop Punk on the song Back to School. That's Dom, Robbie's friend, playing. And Robbie had some old pictures of him from like back when he was in middle school, of him when he was in Dom's band. And Robbie has never looked like an old guy. Let's put it that way. He's got a very young face to him. And when Robbie was in like 9th grade, he looked like he was in like 5th grade. And then Dom was like this much bigger guy that was the drummer, but that was their band that they were in together. So it was cool for them to get to play that together. I'm sure that's like a wild moment, full circle moment for them. But yeah, it was great. Played 45 minutes and then had to run off the stage and get into a car and drive 45 minutes to an airport and fly out. So it was a crazy like whirlwind trip. But one type of person that I love in the entertainment industry is the like veteran roadie stagehand guy, because that stage is fucking their stage. Like when you're setting up on there, they're in charge of everything. They're running around, they're yelling at people like move your shit. That is their territory. They look at that as their island. And there was a super aggressive guy like, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing here right now? Like as we're trying to like hook up one monitor. I think I stepped on one monitor on stage during the show. And then afterwards, this guy's like, who the fuck stepped on my monitor? And it's like not even his monitor. We rented, like the monitors were rented, and he was just in charge of setting them up. He's like, who the fuck got sand on my monitor and stepped on it? That's bullshit. And then this one dude came up to me, he was like, hey, great set, man, but just letting you know, you can't be on stage right now. My best friend was the roadie for Bon Jovi, and he would have punched you in the face if he knew you were on the stage right now. I saw this guy chew out what band was it? Oh, I saw this guy chew out Quiet Riot one time in 1983, and he would take your head off if he knew that you were here. I was like, well, I'm glad he's not here. Thank you for telling me about your friend that would have beat my ass. But I love stagehands. They're the best.
Is a monitor what I think it is? Like a video screen?
No, monitor is
speaker.
Yeah, it's like a wedge speaker that's in front of you.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was a very cool. What I want to do is, and there's talks of this happening. I want to get Pup Punk in a house together where we live there for a week and we record an EP. We record like a 5 or 6 song record, and we document the entire thing, like writing every song from like the very start to the very finish. I think we could have a hit song.
And you should put psilocybin in the water in the house.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's like
dose everybody.
So it's like swamp music. Remember Leonard Skinner?
Yeah.
They just sat in like a shed that was 100 degrees in the middle of a cow pasture, and they just brewed psychedelic tea. That was the only thing they drank.
It's a good song. Swamp, 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 swamp music.
But that was when that's when they recorded like a good amount of their hits.
Yeah.
Was that when they were down there in the swamp?
Yeah, so it was a blast. It was an awesome weekend. Had so much fun playing, and yeah, definitely a surreal moment. But get to do it again in a couple of weeks down in Knoxville. I'm very excited about that. And Arian's going to sing, which is also very cool. Don't say anything at all, Arian, if you agree that you will sing. Okay, Arian.
Sorry, bro.
No, you're good.
No. I'm definitely not singing.
Just one song. What if we play one of your songs?
What about rapping?
I'm not performing in Knoxville, Tennessee with your band. I love you though.
I love you too.
Yeah.
But you will be there and you'll be drunk side stage.
I'll be faded and I'm gonna be. I'll request a song that y'all can learn to play. How about that?
Okay, yeah. Give me can you give me 4 options?
Is it white people stuff?
Yeah. But we
How about,
mix it up a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, y'all
First
probably
of
play
all-
some Jimi Hendrix, right?
We could play some Hendrix. We've played.
Like,
All I Do Is
what's
Win.
your vibe? Like,
We do
give
some
me a
Nelly.
pool to pick from. Because I love white people music. Don't get it twisted.
Okay, we do mostly like 90s rock, some 2000s rock, sing along songs. We play like Blink-182, Green Day,
Okay, that's your bag.
Jimmy
Yeah,
World.
that's the dead genre. Like white people music it don't pop off like that no more. They'll do weak ass trap music now.
Yep.
I got plenty of those. Yeah, Green Day. Yeah. Oh, how about Sublime Summertime, which is a cover, but
Ooh.
Summertime and the living's easy. Rogers on the microphone. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Sounds like you like singing that song.
Yeah.
I do. Especially when I'm like watching it live and somebody else is singing. I'm like off to the side, faded. Man, that's my favorite shit in the world, dog.
I'll see if we can work on that one.
It's good. It's a good jam.
Rocky Top. We should do a version of Rocky Top over there. A punk version of Rocky Top.
I might
I would
actually
like-
end
I would
up
like
being
to
there.
help you write that. That'd be fire.
Yeah.
Pink Whitney tour. Dates coming soon.
What are you doing, Billy?
We might end up being there.
You're on the Pink Whitney tour?
Yeah.
What are your responsibilities on the Pink Whitney tour? I want to know. what your commitments
Look,
are.
we're not launching yet, but it's a lot of stuff coming up.
So what are your responsibilities? What are you going to be doing on said Pink Whitney tour?
It's gonna be Pink.
Get the people pumped, Billy. Tell me more
No,
about
we're
this.
gonna be going to several college football tailgates in games, and we're gonna be taking Pink Whitney to the people. And basically Tommy and I, and Rudy, we all had very weird college experiences. So we got one last shot to go back to college and get the real big school experience.
Okay.
So we're going to be armed with handles, Pink Whitney, and we'll be taking it to the people. So
This is very Ben Mentz-like.
yeah,
Taking it to the people.
I'm taking Pink Whitney to the people.
You know who
And,
hasn't heard about Pink Whitney? College kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good point.
It's a very untapped market.
Yep, we're going to several markets that we haven't, that are targets, and we'll be going there, and we're bringing the Pink Whitney
To the people.
to the people.
What is Pink Whitney? I don't know.
It is pink lemonade vodka, and it is one of my favorite hard liquors.
And Billy, for his job, is going to get paid to go to college campuses and get drunk.
Really?
Is that an accurate assessment of what the Pink Whitney tour is?
Yep. It's a great product. I love repping the brands. We'll be handing out merch. It's gonna be awesome.
You're a merch girl.
Yeah, yeah, I'm a merch girl.
Yeah, we got to get Billy
Yep.
dressed up in like tight black pants,
I'm gonna be
crop top.
I'm gonna be a belly out,
Yeah,
belly shirts.
Billy on the Pink Whitney tour.
Yeah, dude. On the
That sounds like a heavy load for you.
it's the hard
How
stuff.
many stops are on this?
5?
5 stops. And are they all like Northeast or is it all around the
No,
country?
all around the country.
And so what's their plan? I want it to, I'm fascinated in this Pink Whitney. So you get in on a Friday?
Get in on a Friday.
And then
Saturday,
What do you do Friday night?
we go take the Pink Whitney to the people.
Okay.
We
so Friday
go
night you
to-
got to
there's gonna be an
show up and
event.
get drunk.
There's going to be a
Okay.
Pink Whitney event, and we're going to have some great content coming out of it. Halloween weekend is going to be spooky.
Where are you going
That
for that?
sounds excited. We're going to be I don't know if I can finalize the dates yet because we're still figuring out if we're going to be in Knoxville that weekend.
Okay.
A couple other things, but it's going to be fun.
So back up a little bit. So you get into town on Friday night,
Yes.
and then you get drunk on Friday night.
Well, there's going to be an event.
Okay, at the event. What are
At
you going
the
to do at
event.
the event?
Entertain clients.
Okay.
I'm taking my clients' entertainment
And
to
then-
a different mode.
Then Billy, what do you do on Saturday?
Well, then we go to the tailgate. And
what do you do at the tailgate?
we experience the college game day atmosphere.
Okay. And then what
Because
happens after that?
I've only been to one. Actually, no. Like I've only been to one SEC game, and that was the one we went to in Tennessee, and that was amazing.
So it's you,
Tommy Smokes.
your old friend Tommy Smokes.
Yes. It's
How are you guys getting along these days?
22 Drum Street style. It's yeah.
You guys are good? You and
Yeah.
Tommy are fine?
Yeah.
Even after the whole
Oh, the most
outdoor thing?
dangerous game thing. You look, Tom, when you're in the realm of society, but when you're locked in the woods for a week without being able to talk to someone, and Tommy Smokes is the reason why you got voted off the show first, you're going to be pissed off in that moment. Now, like separating yourself from it, like you can tell everyone who did the second season of Most Dangerous Game, you're just psyop to the fucking gills in there. You're gaslit. The production company, they're taking reality show tactics. No, like if you saw the second season, like I think Francis almost had like an emotion breakdown about it.
Yeah. Okay. So it's you, Tommy, and then who else?
Rudy.
And then Rudy, and the three of you guys on the Pink Whitney tour together.
It's gonna be a good
Taking it
time.
to the people.
Taking it to the people. Pink Whitney.
I can't wait for that.
I like Pink Whitney on the rocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't do shots?
No, I like to enjoy it.
Okay. So if somebody comes up to you on the Pink Whitney tour and is like, Billy, it's been my dream to take a Pink Whitney shot.
Well, I'll have a Pink Whitney shot for them.
And you're not going to take one?
No, I will be hopefully.
Billy,
I'll give everyone shots who want them, but we're trying to,
what are the odds
responsibly.
What are the odds that this tour ends in spectacular fashion?
It's going to actually end very uneventful with some great content.
So eventful, but good eventful.
Good eventful.
Okay, not uneventful. We need to work on this. We need to work on the messaging a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be eventful. Just don't worry.
For all the right reasons.
For all the right. Yeah.
Billy's there for all the right reasons.
Yes.
Bachelor.
Yeah. We're just having drinks with friends, right?
I just want to, introduce the world to Pink Whitney and how amazing.
Take it to the
is.
people.
Yeah, take it to the people. All right,
Who
well,
are 25 plus
25 and over.
and sign a waiver
All right, what about
to
21
be
year
on
olds?
camera.
21-year-olds can't drink it on a college campus. We might need to do a little bit more work on the Pink Whitney tour.
There's a lot of marketing alcohol restrictions.
Got it. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to that, Billy. All right. Let's figure out what we're doing on Thursday's show because I want people to do research
Yes.
along with us at home.
Yes.
So we've had a couple things thrown out there. The interrogator. Have we been able to talk to an interrogator yet?
I sent you two.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to do the one that isn't the one that you didn't like?
Yeah, I liked the one that I did like.
Okay, I can see if I can get him this week.
I would love to do police interrogations or just interrogations in general.
It would be great to get someone should get interrogated.
Okay.
Yeah, get interrogated?
You.
Billy, you should get interrogated, obviously.
Okay, I'm gonna commit some sort of crime between
Mystery
now and when we record next, and see if I crack.
Well, you need to do it in a city where the police investigate crimes, so you'll have to go somewhere
Shit.
else. But
So yeah, we should get Billy interrogated. We should do an episode on interrogations though, because they're fascinating to me. Aaron, you have any other suggestions?
Not off the top, man. Not off the top.
Okay, criminology and interrogations. How's that sound?
Sounds like Brian Koberger's major.
Yeah, we're gonna teach everybody how to commit crimes.
What about we could duel it and just deal with like prisons
Yeah.
because prisons are fascinating.
Prison gangs.
We did. Didn't we do that?
we did gangs.
Gangs.
Didn't we do something prison related? Oh, we did too.
We were
We did
talking
prison?
about it.
I don't remember doing prison.
If we can't get the interrogator, prison gangs and like different tattoos.
I think we do
a
interrogations.
whole episode on gang tattoos.
I seriously, you could do a whole episode on gang tattoos.
Like
I don't
the
think
East, like the Russian.
Yeah,
Mafia
there's so many
tattoos.
different gangs and so many different tattoos that are specific to that gang that mean different things.
All right, we'll try to do interrogations. I actually think those could be split up, Arian. I feel like interrogations could be its own, and then prisons could be like an entire episode.
What about that one prison that Chaps was telling us about?
Oh, Pete,
Oh yeah.
was it
Florence.
Florence? Yeah, the Alcatraz of the Rockies.
Ooh.
But yeah, we should do an episode on that too.
So which one are we gonna?
All right, here's what we're gonna do.
Interrogation.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do if we can get an interrogator on the show, we'll do that. If we can't get an interrogator, we'll go prisons.
Prison gangs.
That's part of it. Yeah,
Oh, I have a homeboy who just got out. He was in there for like 10, 11 years. And he was like a head of the GDs, Gangster Disciples, in Nashville, Tennessee. And he's like a really good dude. He got caught on some bunk ass drug charges and they fucked him over. But he was in there for 10 years. He's like a really good dude, really smart, and just, trying to change the narrative around his neighborhood and trying to do good now. He's a really good dude, bro.
Can we have him on?
Yeah, he'll absolutely come on.
Oh, yeah. I'm interested. So, do we want to do that this week? We can
Done with
do
that.
we can do prisons
So do you want me to hold off the interrogator?
and then try to get interrogator for like next week.
Sweet.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome.
Okay, well we will see you guys on Thursday. Billy's gonna be back in studio. How about that, Billy?
And if we get an interrogator, I'll be committing a crime.
Yeah, we'll just commit the crime anyways.
Then I might be able to go to prison and do some
Then
research.
you could do call from the
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be like our version of Serial
Yeah.
with Billy. You are now getting a collect call from an inmate at the Cook County Correctional Facility. That would go so hard to start a podcast, wouldn't it?
Oh, I
What, Billy?
I still have to research how the guns get into Chicago.
Oh yeah,
So,
Do that for us.
yeah.
all right. See you guys Wednesday.
All right, love you guys.